GN News at 10.
We're starting off the news here at 10 with a WGN Investigates update. It's about the case of a baby abducted from a Chicago hospital more than 50 years ago and the search to find him. Last year, we tracked him down.
And now the man who was raised as that missing child is sharing new details about a case that captivated the nation a half-century ago. Investigative reporter Brendan Bradley has the update.
This is when I first made my entrance for the family.
8 years ago, the man raised as Paul Franczak took a DNA test.
I'm going to do this.
That changed his identity and his life.
There's no remote possibility that you are the Franczak baby. And I was like, wow.
The real Franczak baby was abducted from Chicago's Michael Reese Hospital the day after he was born in 1964. A woman dressed as a nurse took him from his mother's room and never returned. 2 years later, when authorities in New Jersey found a toddler abandoned in a stroller, they brought him to Chicago and Chester and Dora Franczak. At the time, newspapers quoted Mrs. Franczak as saying, "That's my baby." The Franczaks adopted and raised him. It was a happy childhood. But that DNA test in 2012 sent the man raised as Paul Franczak on a new mission to find the real Paul.
Hey, it's Paul in Vegas. How you doing?
Not to mention his own true identity. George Knapp from our sister station, KLAS in Las Vegas, has chronicled the crusade.
You know, when I started this, everyone said, don't waste your time. Remember, they said, you won't find Paul. You won't find out who you are.
Last winter, we got involved, chasing leads to the small western Michigan town of Manton, where everyone knows everyone, and the real Paul Franczak already knew his true identity. Sources say he learned after a relative took a DNA test to trace their family tree. We found him enjoying a beer in a local bar. He was undergoing cancer treatment and wasn't ready to speak publicly.
I've reached out to the real Paul and his children. And I sent the real Paul my book, and I heard from my tipsters that he read the book, he liked it, and he let his friends read it. But as far as communicating with me, nothing.
In late April, the real Paul Franczak died. His obituary listed the only name he knew for all but the last months of his life, Kevin Beatty. But before he died, the man raised as Paul said Kevin was able to speak with the woman who gave him life.
He actually talked to my mom. They actually talked quite a few times. And unfortunately, he passed away.
Out of respect, this Paul Franczak won't confirm Beatty was the kidnapped baby, but other sources have. So how did he end up in Michigan? Beatty's stepbrother tells WGN Investigates Beatty's mother was dating a doctor in Chicago when she abruptly moved to Arkansas for a year or so and returned with the baby who grew up as Kevin. Was she capable of abducting a child? We don't know because she died in 2004. And there are other mysteries that remain. After all, there are still questions of the true identity of that toddler found abandoned in New Jersey and raised as Paul Franczak in Chicago. Paul says he's found clues as to the identity of his own biological family.
Everything I've heard from other members of my family pretty much made it clear to me that me and my twin sister Jill were abused, neglected, and ultimately I was abandoned.
Dora Franczak has never spoken publicly about the case. Last winter, the FBI in Chicago confirmed that it had reopened the investigation into the abduction following reports about that DNA link to Kevin Beatty in Michigan. Now an FBI spokesperson is declining to comment on the case and whether it's still open. We did reach out to several members of Kevin Beatty's family. One daughter declined to speak. Others just didn't return our calls. And one final note, Kevin Beatty died on April 25th. The same day he was born at Chicago's Michael Reese Hospital 56 years earlier.
Wow, a fascinating story, and we're glad you were able to track it through several states. Ben, thank you very much.
Now to the latest COVID numbers here in Illinois. 100